my dad taught us the importance of hard work. My mom taught us empathy and patience. I mean, my grandmother, who was there for us when my parents were both working and lived with us, was a huge influence in my life. Even in the earlier years when she was taking care of us, she was tough. She was tough and no nonsense. And in the later years when we were taking care of her a little more, and it was the one thing that got me a lot of peace. I loved being able to spend my Sundays with her and just take her for milkshakes and ice cream. So it was very therapeutic when I'm trying to build a business during the week. It was just very peaceful, and I enjoyed that she gave me. So yeah.
What was the most defining moment of your life, Ankur? And it can be more than one, personal or professional.
Well, I don't think I've had it yet.
That's great. That's good. That's good.
But I have some very, very high goals. I would say at this point, like I mentioned, it was not exactly the, I kind of got into entrepreneurship when it wasn't as, sexy as it is now. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and it was tough, and it's tough for anyone. But I left a pretty cushy job, a pretty proven track to have a fantastic career at a very large global firm. I think that was a pretty defining moment when I said, I'm going to leave that and take a huge risk in starting something of my own. On top of that, I would say the second one would be moving back to Kentucky, because I was the kid who wanted to get out of Owensboro, and when I left Kentucky, I was never coming back. And
I left Louisville.
Exactly, and then
came back.
So you can relate to exactly that. But I think coming back to Kentucky was a pretty defining moment as well, because if you look at what we've accomplished in the past 3 years, I don't think we would have accomplished that in other parts of the country as easily.
What is your best piece of advice ever given to you? It can be more than one, again, personal, professional.
Wow. I think one of the things when as you try and build a company, some of the things you can read as many books and articles and ask people for advice, and everyone has an opinion on how to run something. But I think that at the end of the day, you got to go with a bit of your gut, and you got to have the mojo to really drive through some of this stuff. So I think. But someone did mention in a conversation to me that has been ringing in my ears for a while, is that it's called small business for a reason. And that was interesting to me, because I realized that as I'm trying to make an impactful sort of company where it can do big things, create wealth, and employ eventually thousands of people, as per my vision, I've got to think bigger. And that's what inspired me to do. And not knocking small business, but I realized that we're thinking too small. But we actually, now my goals, when I'm thinking about what we're doing in 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, they're pretty grandiose compared to in the past what we're doing. But it's working, and we're hitting those targets. So.